about the audacity.
What's going on, heavy hitters? Welcome. If this is your first time, welcome back. If it is not, baby, listen, let's just go ahead and get straight into it and start with this episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 15, Sip and See, tied in with a little bit of, wait, say what now? Y'all come on back and let's have this heavy conversation. Y'all, this episode apparently was supposed to be the finale. The way that it ended, I'm assuming, but of course, with more happening, they brought it back with the way that it ended. And if this was the alleged finale with this BS baby shower, sip and see, I'm Sheree, she by Sheree, I ain't got it. Well, clearly we've been wrong all this time because maybe Sheree does have it, or maybe Sheree just didn't pay the bill.
I ain't got nothing to say.
I was in a chat group on Facebook, and I think people were saying their expressions about what's wrong with the show and fire the cast, fire this person. I say fire production because production was too busy trying to show us bullshit. Marlo and this nephew situation, how it kept changing from she didn't show accountability, she didn't show compassion, she didn't call the family, she didn't buy some chicken mashed potatoes and potato salad, she didn't send flowers. I just want her to acknowledge the deal with Candy talked about she by Sheree. It's interesting that Candy did because Sheree damn sure didn't. Why wasn't that part of her storyline other than this bull crap with Lightail Holt? Why not talk about more about, again, like I said in my last video, the correction, how you fixed it. Anyway, I won't even go there again because I talked about that in my last video. Speaking of my last video, make sure that you go and check it. Check it out. It's crazy how production was so busy trying to give us BS drama and just, again, I think I'm a rare breed. I don't tune in every Sunday to see stupid catfights and made up storylines. Like production, this is why you need to be fired. Why haven't we seen Kenya build out this spa, this salon? Why have we been going with this BS mess and not seen real stuff? This is supposed to be reality TV, right? Again, fire production. This is the food. Back to the fact that we start with a montage. We start off with a montage of Kenya and Cynthia. Baby, bring Cynthia on back. Give her a highlighted role as a friend of the show. Pay her a cute little check and let her be a friend of the show because Mama has been mic'd up and making some money as a friend of Slightly. She talks about the fact that she's finally divorced, tells Kenya, pause me, please. She checked the shit out of Kenya. Kenya, wrap it up. Unpause me. She tells Kenya, girl, wrap it up, honey. I've been married and divorced. You're still going through this divorce with Mark. Although we understand that there are a lot of legalities and semantics with Mark Daly because the dude just sat on the season he was on and said, we can get a divorce. She can have it all. I don't want anything from her. Yet here we are with this delayed, dilapidated, exhausting divorce. We then move over to Sheree Cairo and the mother of her grandbaby, Alina, and baby Mecca. Sheree is now exploiting the grandchild, which is so crazy because you should be able to celebrate being a grandma or a grandmother. It just seems very, very exploitive. I don't even know if exploitive is a word, but if it ain't, it is now. She says that she also wants to put a nursery upstairs. Okay, girl. Marlo is sitting down with a therapist. We finally see that Marlo actually has a therapist and not just a life coach. Because at first we were like, girl, it's not working. Whatever you got going, dog baby, it's not working. Have to get you a therapist. Apparently she heard us. We move over to Candy, Drew, and Todd, who are starting the filming, production, and all that for The Past, the movie that Todd has written and produced, and Candy has co-produced and whatever. We start off the actual episode with Ross, Sanya, and Deuce, who are going to the doctor's appointment to confirm that Sanya is pregnant. And lo and behold, the doctor of birthing to the Atlanta women and stars from around the world is none other than Dr. Jackie from Married to Medicine. Are y'all ready for Married to Medicine? Because I'm ready for Married to Medicine, Salt Lake City, and Potomac. Those are my other three favorite shows out of the Bravo network. Oh, and Project Runway. I don't really review Project Runway because I think they'll be boring. But I like Project Runway because I like fashion. Dr. Jackie begins the discussion. One thing I really admire about Ross Aaron, which was a little off-putting initially, but I love it, is how respectful and protective he is of his family. Like Dr. Jackie says, "Do you want to come over?" As Sanya sits on the table, he's like, "Yes, ma'am." He's such a respectful, handsome man with no top lip. Dr. Jackie gives the warnings of the pregnancy, says she is something about the lining of the wall. It says it's a geriatric pregnancy. Aaron asks, "What is that?" She says, "When you're over 35, there are potential risks," and she explains those. Sanya goes on in her confessional and she says that she hopes Deuce and his sibling have a relationship as wonderful as her and her sister. You mean prior to this season? Because it hasn't been the most shining. Now, I'm sure they're only highlighting the bad, but unfortunately, those bad things are pretty prevalent and they exist. Back over there with the past, day 4 of shooting with Candy, Todd, and Drew. Todd tells us that he is the new Tyler Perry and that he is doing what Tyler Perry did by saving money and utilizing their property. I don't see anything wrong with it. Drew is taking digs, other people and other reviews and other people in blogs or whatever that their ideology of what that looks like to them. But to me, I don't see anything wrong with it because one, if you possess it and you have these opportunities to use your own property, why the hell wouldn't you? Now it is a little odd. I will pause me, please. Let me lean in for this conversation. It is a little odd that y'all would use your own bedroom in your own bed. Now, if you have a whole separate house, why not just replicate that on a lower scale, but kind of what you're thinking of instead of using your own bed? I will admit that's kind of different. But the fact that you have two homes in a compound right next to each other, you have your workhouse and your living house. Sickening. Absolutely sickening because none of them can say that they have that. But again, Candace is the most wealthy out of the group. Manetta pops on in. She looks very professional. I'm assuming she's already dressed for whatever role in the movie that she's going to have. Pause me, please. What is so interesting is that later you'll see these digs that Drew is taking at the production, yet you have a trailer. Like they thought enough of you and your character and your role to provide you with your own trailer and not say, "Oh, just go to one of the rooms in the guest house." Unpause me, please. I thought that's pretty dope. At the fact that you have a trailer on the property, it's crazy. You even say like, "I put up, but I have a trailer," and you made it sound like you've never had one, or maybe the expectation was that you wouldn't have one there. I don't know. Anyway, so again, Mayetta's there. They start having a conversation, and Drew's like, "We can run lines, we can do whatever, whatever." She starts talking about the makeout scenes, and that this would be her first time having sex with a woman. So, she's not really sure how this will go. Candy asks her, "Well, girl, how is Ralph taking this?" So Drew is being Drew, very aloof and vague, and well, kind of a roundabout way telling about the role and the premise of the movie. So they do what they do with one another, not tell each other the truth. That's just what they do. We now begin to have the conversation about the mental health day that Drew actually put forward, telling Todd about it. Candy brings up Courtney, and Drew is like, you mean just Courtney? Because she is no longer cousin Courtney. She's just Courtney now." What I would like to say, I think Jamie, that's me, also brought it up. I would love to know what was the demise of this friendship because in episodes you building up, you start to see where Drew is like, "Oh no, it's just Courtney now. It's not cousin Courtney," and Courtney made it very prudent to correct, I believe, Moneta or somebody a week or a couple of weeks ago to say, "No, cousin-in-law. Drew is my cousin-in-law." It is interesting how people keep comparing the fact that Moneta recorded and that Marlo recorded. Well, the major difference is for the people that's slow and that's way back in the cheap seats is that Moneta didn't use the material to create chaos. Well, not until now. And she didn't text it to the person. And they all said that she stopped recording at a particular point. Marlo was just being shady and being a deceitful, vile person that she is. Although for some odd reason, production just really wants to show Marlo as this great person. Are we missing this? Like, is Marlo really a nice person, but she's so busy trying to make people earn their checks and be the villain, in my eyes, that we don't really see the real person that Marlo is? I think we see exactly who she is. Well, we get back to the conversation about who said the word bitch. Said Courtney clearly said it. The confusion is she's pointing at Sanya, But you can see her mouth say, yeah, and this bitch she questioned. Now, I don't think she's saying she questioned Sanya. She's because she says it twice, right? And I think the idea is that the conversation is happening, and she's like looking at, sometimes, and girl, she questioned, like, kind of gesturing at the person. I don't think she's saying she questioned you too, because she would have just said, yeah, and the bitch questioned you too. That's not what she says. But then she lies, the production, they dropped that good old bean footage to show that although Courtney says that she does not use the word bitch, she clearly does. Moving over to Sheree. Sheree is planning this sip and see because what Sheree does do is host amazing events, as we found out in her argument with Sanya when they were trying to figure out or come to some sort of agreement or understanding when it came to Martell and this party and that mess. So Sheree just wants to show us that she plans amazing events, that she has money, and she still has her beautiful home. Which she should. I mean, she says she doesn't have a mortgage. Thelma paid for it, allegedly. Her mama Thelma. That's why they call it Chateau Thelma. Because allegedly it's in her mama's name. While planning for the party, she has one of those famous planners on that has his own show, celebrity weddings or something. He's a guy on a real flashy, well-dressed, handsome guy. I'm not a fan of the hair, but he's well dressed and he's still very handsome to me. She talks about she wants them in shades of nude. I think Sheree to me is so pretty with brown hair or black hair. So looking at her here, I was like, oh, she looks so pretty. It's just that when she puts that blonde on and then her leave out is on top of the blonde, it just looks really, really bad. Back over to the past with Candy, Todd, and Drew. We're at day 5 of shooting. We're going into the sex scene, and Drew's letting us, no, this just does not come easy to me, and I have to rely on my 5 senses of smell, touch, sight, taste, and hearing, because she is the actor who has studied at Juilliard School of Art. She didn't really say that, but I'm just saying that's the air that she gives off. Although Drew really is a great actress. You can't take that from her. We're now at Marlo. Marlo is hosting an event for Foster Care Fridays. So we're back on this with Marlo. Okay. She's hosting this event with her co-host, co-business partner, whatever this other woman is. I'm sure it's much like Drop It with Drew, where this is really that ladies thing. Marlo is just the face up because she was in the foster system. I think she said she went to like 5 different foster homes before she aged out. She says that there are over thousands of people in the foster system. So this is to honor individuals who were successful and made it out of the foster system. I apologize if this sounds insensitive, but what does making it out of the foster system mean? And I'm not being negative. I'm not trying to be catty or I ain't none of that. I'm just like, what just made it out of the, I mean, I don't really get the concept. I thought, at a particular age, you age out if you didn't find a home. So in the comments, if y'all know more what she was trying to say, I'm definitely open for discussion because I would like to better understand. She honors a couple of people. Sanya shows up, Courtney shows up. Marlo is like, where's Sheree? And for some reason, Courtney is answering the question. So y'all really tried to make this a foursome, huh? Sheree, Marla, Sanya, and Courtney? Y'all really were pushing for Courtney to get a peach. I'm so glad they did not, because she's awful. Everything about her, I just don't like. Oh, this lighting is too much. Okay, I think that's a little better. Maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Hopefully that's not too bad, y'all. Y'all will let me know if it is. Was that lighting a little better? Let me know. I switched up my space, my little office area. So I'm trying to get adjusted. I put everything against the wall, whereas I was once on the wall. And then I got my little spare rack back there because too many clothes. I have too many clothes in both of my closets in my bedroom are full, and in my garage I got totes. So I've got to figure some out to get me a house real soon. So we're back to that. Can't they honor people? And Marlo is like, where is Sheree? Again, Courtney is talking. I still don't understand why Courtney is explaining and not like Sandra. Anyway, she's at a tasting. Marlo says, I don't want to act like that's going to bother me, but it does. So they go on and do the honorees. All of this just seems so curated and it just does not seem real. However, Scotland pops up looking quite handsome in blue. They greet one another. What is it with the men showing up to support their women late? I don't really get that. And I say women loosely because we all know, or I feel allegedly, this is just for the cameras. Just their interaction and their chemistry doesn't seem genuine. Uh, and again, men who support you, in my opinion, should be there when you start. They should walk in with you, in my opinion. Showing up when you're ending, you walk over and y'all hug and embrace. Oh, you know, y'all claim to be serious, like not even a kiss or peck on the cheek or side part of your mouth. If you aren't going to share an actual kiss, it's just interesting. Maybe they hadn't been dating that long, but she's talking about husbands and what she doesn't like in a man. So I would think being able to greet one another with a kiss or peck would be appropriate. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's talk about it in the comments. Maybe times have changed. He's telling her she looks sexy, and she's like, "You like my bob? You like my bob?" Sheree finally shows up looking good, looking damn good, might I add. And she gets more of a response out of Marlo than her man or the guy that she's dating, which kind of makes sense because they share a genuine friendship. I'm assuming they really are girlfriends. This dude is a high actor, right? We got some little quick clips. We go over to Kenya. Kenya's on the phone with Candy. She's getting ready. She's in glam, getting ready for the sip and see, and asks Candy what she's wearing. Candy says, "Oh, girl, I'm wearing some pink sequins." No, I need everyone to understand it's sequin. I'm wearing sequin, pink sequin. Whenever I hear people refer to sequin as sequence, oh, I'm wearing some sequins and sequence, oh, it makes my flesh crawl. So for all my supporters and all my heavy hitters out there, it's not sequence. You're wearing sequin. It's sequin. Okay, I'll let it go. Pause me, please. It's sequin. It's not sequence. Unpause me. Sanya arrives early. While Sanya arrives early, she walks around to take everything in. It looks absolutely amazing. Baby Sheree, you, somebody, Thelma, spent a coin on this event. Like, it's beautifully done. But the dude does really, really great work. Sheree's on the phone as Sanya makes her way into her room. She's on the phone. She's going through glam. It's something happening outside. Anyway, the dude that comes in says, "Hey, we're about ready. We got this going on." In glam, she's like, "Oh, yeah, that's like, we're almost at like $200 a plate." Sheree, it is quite obvious that you spent a great amount of money to put on this beautiful event. If you got money, it should speak for itself. Money does not have to speak for you. It's quite indicative that, girl, you are really just trying your best to show these people, "I do have money. Look, y'all, I've made it. I have money." When everybody says you don't like to pay, that's why we call you Sheba. She ain't got it. Outside of the fact that Sheba Sheree's a flop. We're now back over with Drew, Candy, and Tom for day 6 of shooting the pass. Candy, if you happen to ever one day, or Jamie or whoever done one happen to come across my channel, I would love to do speak on it. I love Atlanta. I think Atlanta is like a second home. And girl, I'm always up in OLG, both locations when I'm in town. I'm an avid supporter. I don't eat seafood, so I have not been to Blaze. I know you have other things, but I haven't been to Blaze. However, hear me out. Pause me, please. Candy, Drew is not your friend. Stop giving people chances to slap you in the face. Unpause me, please. Drew is taking digs. She said that she is side-eyeing this process because she's in Candy's house, Candy's bedroom, Candy's bathroom, really personal spaces, that she doesn't want to keep doing stuff like this. Now, see, that alone would have made me turn into her. Pause me, please. Let me lean on in and have this heavy conversation. Baby, at the reunion, it wouldn't have been shit for me to sit there and drag and read the dog shit out of my Drew. All these little side gigs and then, girl, side-eyeing gigs. You got a trailer. I'm sure you got a nice check. You got some work. Because let's be honest, you've been on the show 3 seasons. We haven't seen you do not one acting gig. And we saw you self-fund a video. We haven't seen you do any work in 3 seasons, unless I'm missing something. Tell me in the comments, did I miss Drew do a project, act somewhere, do a movie, do something? Girl, the nerve. This heifer has lost her mind. And Candy, if you ever come across my channel, hear me out. Don't hide this heifer no more. Well, her husband Ralph has popped up to come and support. We get the fake happy, "Oh my God, babe." That their whole relationship just seems so performative. Babe. Apparently, when Ralph comes in, maybe she just reads it in his body language or his face. Yes, I have the temperature set on heat. You cannot tell me what to do in my trailer, indicative of what happens in the house. He's got to be one of those men. No, you're gonna do this because I do this. She clearly sets him straight. No, this is my trailer. You cannot come here trying to tell me what to do. He finds it appropriate to make a fat joke about the guy that's in there with Drew. And oh, you gonna squeeze out of there? It couldn't have been me. Pause me, please. It wouldn't have been me. Because as a fat black gay man, I'd have ripped the dog shit out of Ralph Big Egghead ass. Unpause me, please. They start talking about the work and hey, I came home and da da da, and you went there. Oh yeah, ain't nothing happening late hours or open for late hours for prostitutes. And she's like, or actresses. Why couldn't we see more of an actual demise of their marriage versus this stuff y'all are throwing at us and trying to cram all until the end of the second part of the season? Fire production. Fire production. Hear me out. Bravo people. Bravo people, in the words of Funky Daniva. Fire production. Get a whole new team or find somebody better. Who y'all using for these white shows? Drew begins to explain to Ralph, he has to act like he's, actually interested, and she has to act like she's interested enough to explain. She sees a lot of stuff in this role. She's a strong woman. She's a go-getter. She's a boss. And he's like, yeah, she's a lesbian. Ralph, this is really, really cringy. The two of you, dude is corny. Like, just, man, Drew, he don't like you. This man does not like you. He asked about kissing the other actress and was there some tongue exchange? He really like, excellent, did your tongue? He's cringy and creepy. He seems like he's really turned on at the idea that his wife is playing this lesbian role and that she's doing things that she normally would not do with him. It's interesting again. Drew is in her confessional. She's like, I just really want him to leave because he doesn't seem to respect what I'm doing and I need to get back to work. Yeah, she's over this man, and he's been over you. We are now back over at the Sip and See with Shyt. Candy arrives. Sanya asks, girl, pause me, please. The nerve of Sanya to have the audacity to approach Candy. Oh, I called you the other day, and you didn't answer. Oh, I don't want no excuses. I'd have been, pause me, please. I'd have been like, bitch, okay, bye. And turned and walked off. Are you acting in the movie? Bitch, I'm funding the movie. My husband and I have written, what Todd has written is, we're funding this. I'm acting and I'm co-producing. Yeah, bitch, I'm busy. I've been on set since until 6 a.m. What are you doing? Over there doing nothing, being in the way, acting like you over there really doing something with Mommy Nation. You're the nerd. This stuff got me for. Anyway, I digress. Sanya then starts to ask other questions about locations. Candy says that they had to film scenes in her actual bed. She makes some faces. And they are complimenting Drew's acting abilities. Yet, all along, she's over here taking digs at the production where they're located. But did you take a dig at that check? Since you want to side-eye stuff, did you side-eye the check? Girl, I would never work her again. Bob comes in, he hugs the ladies. Courtney comes in, being loud. Candy chooses to say something about a hat and that she always wear hats. Candy, that was unnecessary. This was not a sip and see. This was a Shyt event. This was a Shyt celebration. This was a Shyt party. This had absolutely nothing to do with the baby. The baby was the reason why I could throw this fabulous party and probably have Bravo pay for it, or I can try to write this off as an event. Hopefully she has an accountant that can help her realize how she can benefit and write this event off. Bob's daughter walks through the camera at 5:06. Because they're like, it's 5:06. We've been waiting for a while. You see the daughter Candace walks through. Everybody's confused on who this woman is. Shamia and Courtney hug. We finally see that someone actually knows Courtney. As Courtney is like, oh, it's been a long time. And Shamia's like, oh my God, how are you? Kenya arrives looking beautiful, as always, chocolate with her caramel on. The gate attendant chick, pause it, please. Kenya, you should have read her. They want to call you a mean girl. This would have been the time they saw you as a mean girl because she tried you. The gate attendant, unpause me, please. The gate attendant says your name, and she's like, Kenya Moore, girl, you should know my name. Kenya, she knew you the moment you put a leg out that door. The nerve. Girl, this heifer tried you, Kenya, girl. They want to see a mean girl? Show them a mean girl because she tried it. At this point, Shyt is ready to make her debut. Now, Shyt, wait. Now, Shyt, we know that you're hosting the party, but you're ready to make your debut. You look beautiful. I hate your hair. I don't hate your hair. I hate the two tones. I hate that your leave out is over blondish brown. And it's just, was it supposed to be blended? Like, what was it? I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Sheree and Bob take pics. It's kind of cute the way that they interact with one another. I really think that season that Bob came back so Sheree and Bob could reconcile was just an act when they said that he used to her. Again, I think it was fake because Sheree's a liar, just like she likes to call Drew a liar. So I think that was just something they just created in order to try to justify why this wouldn't work. Pause it, please. The nerve. Like, Sheree, you got some nerve to talk about a woman's ability to date men or who they don't date when you have a horrible record of the men that you choose to bring on the show. Unpause me, please. Martell slinks in, always looking very quite handsome and well dressed in his suits. One thing you cannot take from Martell, Martell is a handsome man and he dresses extremely well. He has an athletic fit, so his suits and clothing sometimes do seem to really fit him. I'm not opposed to it. Some others may be. What's interesting, however, is that when Martell leaves from his pictures with Sheree, she says, "Come here, Martell." Martell comes over, and Martell, homeboy, homegirl, hugs her. I'm sorry, what does he call her? Friend girl. You know, it's not. Yeah, y'all are supposedly dating. You know, you've been on TV on this channel, my man, my man. You've been over on his show, and you say he has big D energy. You say you don't want to have the surgery because you guys are having sex. You know, openly you're discussing the passion and the intimacy between you two, but you don't kiss. Again, I'm a firm believer if you are that into a person and you're in this setting where you're claiming this person and he's at this and he's at that, my man, because I got this and y'all, but y'all don't even embrace intimately and or kiss, girl, that shit is fake as hell. Pause me, please. Shit is fake as hell. Sheree asked Martell what took him so long. Pause me, please. Martell responds by telling Sheree, "Oh, I got 5 kids. Since when did all 5 of your children live in the same household that would have been the reason that slowed you up?" Cairo says to his mama, "Now, mama, I told you not to go crazy. She deserves it. Oh, this is just so amazing. You wanted that for you." But he's like, I love it and I love you. Cairo is so calming that it's concerning. I'll leave it at, no, I won't leave it at that. What's up with Cairo? Let's talk about it in the comments. Is he an introvert? Does he lack social skills? Like, what's up with him? And for him to be a model, well, that's not fair. I can't do this because he has done some print work. He can't dress for shit. Like, God, pause me, please. What's going on, Cairo? You over there stressed out because you know when I found you this ambiguous, exotic woman and made this baby? That baby crying, wearing you out, and you can't rest at night. Is Tyler Perry not paying you enough for whatever it is you do over at Tyler Perry Studios since they say that you work at Tyler Perry Studios? You must be stressed out. Kind of interesting, brother. Wake up. We see Drew pull up and she calls Candy like, "Hey, girl, I'm outside and I'm not coming in because there is this man who assaulted me." Why didn't you just say Anthony? Why is Anthony back? Why is she back? Y'all know this good lady is getting ready to come on here and clown. Production see, I'm a referee. I don't tune in to see this mess. People like all it's boring. It's not, it don't have the it factor. Because y'all just want to see fights and cat fights and rudeness and reading sessions. Y'all don't want to see these people live. Y'all just want to see the drama. And y'all need to tune into Love and Marriage Hip Hop, Atlanta, LA, DC, whatever. Y'all need to tune into those shows if you want to see that level of reaction. Go to Zeus. Go to them bullshit ass shows if y'all want to see ignorant black people. Because myself, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see affluent people with wealth act like that. That's what them Zeuses and Hip Hop Atlantas and Bad Girls Club and basketball. That's what those shows are for. So Drew explains when Candy and Moneta come outside what happened with Anthony. Something about a shoe being thrown. She goes inside. She's getting ready to tell Sheree, however, they get a little sidetracked. The ladies have been there for a couple of hours, so they're like, "Girl, let's go just chill in the other room." So Sheree finally shows up to, I guess the ladies went downstairs to the beautifully done basement. And she's like, "Hey, let's go upstairs. Let's get ready to start the sip and sing." However, it still didn't quite start. It just started with Sheree being seen walking around, taking pictures and kissing people. They finally get to the point of Candy saying, "Hey, Drew is outside," and she says she doesn't feel comfortable because, unfortunately, Anthony's here. I'm not worried about Drew's wide ass. Oh, he's back. That voice, that irritating demeanor, that aura that just seems to suck the air out of the room. Ooh, Anthony was annoying on the show. He was doing too much. He was extra, and he's giving exactly that right now. But production loves it because y'all love the drama and the mess. Ratchet. Ooh, just ratchet, ratchet, ratchet. Sheree explains why Anthony was involved. Because Ken is like, why would you invite him? Why would you invite him? She wants to know. Well, I've always been friends with him, and I told her at the reunion that we're still cool. Although this man lied on both of y'all. How y'all still cool? Like, how are you still cool with this man that said such a thing? But then again, Sheree has not been the most intelligent. So why am I surprised? Pause me, please. Sheree's a dummy. Unpause me, please. He says what he says. Candy's like, but did you throw a shoe at her? Well, I threw a shoe at her because she threw her cheap purse at me. Look, I don't have a problem with her. She just owes me a coin, honey. And out of it, Candy's like, well, did you? No, I live for the ladies, honey. I don't, as a gay man, I have my senses about me and I can be a little feminine at times. But it's just something about Anthony's of the world that just, ugh. People have their own ideas. Pause it, please. I just don't like it. Unpause it, please. Martell speaks. He speaks to Kenya. Kenya's like, hello. She says, hey, can we have a conversation? He's like, no. That was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. But I do like the fact that she was like, just small when they talk to you. She explains the situation. She says, look, I didn't appreciate how you came at me. I didn't have a man on my side to kind of meet your energy, so I met your energy. That's one thing that I loved about Kenya, though. After hindsight or reflection, she can come back to something and reapproach it to try to make it right, or make it appear that way. I'll say that much because I don't think he deserved that. But I do like the fact that as she talks to Carlos King, and once we see it this week, she says she does not feel protected. And I think a lot of men treat Kenya the way that they do because, one, she's a strong person with a strong personality. She's a boss, and Kenya don't take no shit. So she's going to meet you with what you meet her with. And I think that's why a lot of men feel comfortable coming at her that way. Because, one, Kenya's going to meet you where you are. She's not going to sit there and acquiesce or bow down and cower to you. No, Kenya's like, no, look, I'm not married to you. I don't have to respect it. Now, what was funny, though, he apologizes. Sheree, you think you need to apologize? Sheree, first of all, you made that a big deal. You did because all Kenya did was tell you that he was in her DMs. You brought him over, so therefore that escalated everything. You should have been like, okay, well, girl, he's in my bed now. That's how you should have left it. It wouldn't even been this whole situation. She says, do you think you owe him an apology? And she's like, well, I don't. You think I disrespect, I'm sorry. But I didn't curse at you. Can you curse that man out? Deservedly so. You should have went a little harder. He then makes the comment, okay, well, don't worry, hug her. Because Sheree says y'all need to hug it out. Oh, I won't be in your DMs no more. Sheree, did you hear that? Because, y'all were claiming that he didn't. Although he did acknowledge that he did, as he was being negative and very aggressive towards her. Yes, he was being very aggressive towards her. One of the men should have hit him dead in his mouth because he was being downright disrespectful. On her behalf, they should have jumped him and beat the hell out of him. Pause and please beat up Martell. Oh, the family starts to take pictures because, Mecca is a beautiful baby. They're there to celebrate Mecca. Yeah, right. They're there to celebrate Sheree. The questions start happening. Who is this girl in front of Bob? So the ladies are questioning everything, and they're like, "Who is it? Is that his daughter? Is that his girl? Why is he pulling? Who is that girl? Who's it? Sheree says, come on, Martell. She pulls Martell into her family pictures, which will be photographed and seen worldwide. You pull in your side piece? Girl, Sheree is dumb. Pause me, please. Sheree, you are a dummy. Everything about you, other than this beautiful home, you are a dummy. Unpause me, please. Sheree's finished taking pictures, so she comes over to the girls. They're like, girl, who is this girl? She's like, oh, I don't know. I pulled in Martell because I thought that was his girl. So he gonna be petty. I can be petty too. Pause me, please. Girl, Sheree, you too old to be doing tit for tat in your house. I don't know who it is, so I pulled him in too. I pulled in Martell. I'm so stupid. They pull over Bob. Bob is like, Candace, come here. Say hi, daughter. All of them are like, daughter? Girl, what the hell? They go over the sequence of events like, wait, you told me, Sheree's like, wait, you told me you had 2 kids before we got married. So when did this one come out? Well, she's older than my youngest. Oh, they're like, older than Cairo? They were like, no, no, older than Sheree's oldest. He's like, no, my oldest. So wait, so it's just complete confusion. First, Bob is like, carry the 2 minus the 3. I lied for 33 years and 26. So yeah, complete confusion. Bob is funny. Bob is actually funny for the TV because he's such a big man to have this soft voice to talk the way that he does. It is just so interesting to see that voice come up out of Bob is funny TV. She tells Sheree, nice to finally meet you. I've met the family before. It's great to actually finally meet you. Interesting introduction. They were like, "Ooh," it's funny because they were making a joke. Well, turned out there was another new baby at the Sippacy other than the baby that the Sippacy was for. So funny. Pause me, please. Y'all really think Sheree didn't know? Let's talk about it in the comments. Y'all really think she didn't know? Or she was putting up for the cameras? Pause me, please. Bob comes over because he's looking around. They're like, yeah, we're talking about you. Bob gets grilled. He hits it. All right, y'all. So that's pretty much my review. Y'all, let's do what we do. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification button so you know when I drop new videos. And also, make sure that you hit the comments. Let's talk about it in the comments. I'll do my best to try to respond to everybody. And until the next time, y'all check out my previous videos. Thank you for joining me for the journey. And y'all be easy. Until the next time. Peace.